Hey, beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I guess you can call it a podcast. You guys, okay, we're going to do something a little different. All right. So I'm not sure if everyone knows, but yes, I watched the Joe Budden podcast. And yes, I was heartbroken when everything broke up a couple years ago and everything. And now we're, a few years ago, I think. Has it been 2 or 3 years? I mean, years are flying by, so I don't know. But I want to do something different, you guys. They actually had an episode. So we know that they added, you guys may not know, you may not watch, but they added two people, Flip and Melissa, to the equation. And it's a lot of mics. It's six of them, but it's fine. I will say, very honestly, I have not been really feeling Melissa Ford on the show because she's always just making sexual innuendos. Like that's all her part really is, or them kind of shutting her down and like, or she's just being the typical girl. And I have always felt like there's more to her, and I don't like the fact that that's what she's allowing herself to be. I'll just say that. Today, though, however, they dropped a Patreon exclusive because I guess they're on like a little vacation, so maybe they're dropping them. I want to try to insert at least sounds. I don't want to insert a clip because I don't want no trouble, but I do want to talk about it because I will say that today, this episode, and this was probably a while ago, I don't know, it was on Patreon, so they just dropped it on YouTube, but this is the first time that I have ever felt that I can relate to Melissa Ford. And I want to talk about what she spoke about because I honestly feel like a lot of women deal with the same thing. And I was honestly answering a lot of this shit before she was because I was feeling everything she was saying. And it's an unfortunate place to be for women. But I honestly feel like a lot of women are at this spot. And we're going to go over the scenario. And we're also going to go over the fact that men think like, so different. It's so different. They think differently, and it showed from their answers to what she was saying. And then eventually I feel like they understood what she was saying. It kind of got a little bit of, emotional towards the end because again, it is just unfortunate for a lot of women that this is their truth. And we are only talking about dating. Like nothing serious. The only serious part was that we are focused on the fact that somebody did her wrong or she felt they did her wrong when her mom was passing. So we're going to go through a couple of clips. I'm going to try to put in a little bit, like I said, of the sounds and see if, I don't get in trouble for it. I don't know, or they don't copyright it or something. We'll see. But I do want to discuss it because I feel like it was an excellent, excellent show. And I know that Joe doesn't like to have serious. He's always telling Ish, "Oh, you're gonna serious us out." And I just feel like his demographic is not just young. Like he has a lot of older people who want to hear some serious shit. Like let's talk about some actual serious shit. Like it don't have to be jokey all the time. And I just think it was an excellent episode. So let's get to it.
I was just gonna say, like, when I speak to Mel, right? Like, I think the fact that she can detach so easy is why she just allowed things to play out, and it's not really healthy, in my opinion, as a friend. Being able to detach.
Tell me
know
more.
what you mean.
Keep going. I'm interested.
Yo,
in
women
hearing where
need
you're going.
the brother, yo.
That's true.
Women really need every woman out there.
That's
they need
true.
the brother that don't want to fuck you. Yes. And that also has a bunch of worldly life experiences.
Yes.
They need the brother, yo.
Yes.
What?
But wait,
They need the brother.
Can you go back to what you were saying?
So,
So just giving a little commentary on what Ish is saying in terms of women needing the brother. I agree. I'm going to have to agree on that. Like, I feel like you have to have male family members or maybe even friends that, like he said, don't want to fuck you. Like, don't want anything from you. It's a little hard. It's a little hard to come by male friends, but family members, like all my men in my family, oh, I learned a lot. I knew a lot growing up because I saw them. I saw how they acted. They spoke very candidly and they let the ladies in the family know exactly how men think. I won't pretend to know exactly how men think at this point. I really don't, because we don't know. Like, I still don't know. You can't call it. Everybody's different as well. But just having an outlook of how men think is a good thing for a woman. So if you don't have a male bestie or a brother or uncle, cousin, whoever who's going to tell you, exactly how men think, or just kind of give you a male's perspective, we'll say that, you should definitely try to get you one, because it is very much so needed. Like, I will call my brother in a minute and be like, what does this mean? Like, I don't understand what this means. And as women, we will fight that shit. Like, we will fight what the man is telling us because we like the guy or whatever. Nah, brother, you're wrong. Like, this is not what that means, because, and we come with another excuse as to why this is not what it is. Because, of course, it's probably something that the man in your family is blowing off. Like, yeah, he don't really like you. Yeah, he don't take you seriously. He don't respect you, yada, yada. And we don't want to hear that. So we're going to come up with something. No, but he does this and he does that. Women need to learn to just take it in. And what I have definitely found is that men actually really do tell you the truth. They do. We don't like to hear it. And I'm not even talking about your male family members. I'm talking about even men that you date. They will tell you the truth about something. Like, yeah, I'm not looking for this. Or, yeah, this turns me off. And we don't take it as the truth. Like, we hear what we want to hear, which is unfortunate, but let's keep going.
The detached thing, right?
The detachment, yeah.
Because you detach so easy, you allow things to play out. You just see where it goes. You have no hopes of it going anywhere, really. It's just because you can remove yourself at a drop of a dime. So it's like a game a little bit, but it's an unhealthy game. Damn. It's really an unhealthy game if you think about it, because I told Mel this. I said, you're really sharing your energy. And I said that on purpose to see what she says, but to her, she's not sharing her energy. To her, I'm just seeing where it goes. Wherever the chips lie, it falls. But then you're putting time and investing time and thoughts into these things. Sometimes it leads up to happiness. A lot of times it leads to disappointment. So my thing is that if she gets out that phase of being so detached, because I think that because of her experience, she allowed herself to become a person that detached. She would be better, not better. She would be in a better, she'd be in a more comfortable position if she focuses on different things, a different approach. That's my opinion. She detached like this. Male, nigga.
I am floored. That is fucking profound and accurate. You are absolutely right.
All right, you guys. So that was Queen's Flips. And let's talk about him for a second, because he was brought onto the show and the whole thing with him is like content over everything. Apparently he did all these, I don't know, pranks, or like he would do stuff that was just crazy, and that was his stick. That was his thing. And I guess it works. He brings a little bit of it to the podcast, or at least they did this Wednesday live thing where I had to stop watching it because it was too much. Like, he was just off the hook. But this guy is very intelligent. He's very intelligent. And when he has his serious moments where he's not dumbing himself down, and I'm sorry, that doesn't sound nice, but that's what he does. Because this man is very intelligent. He's observant. He fucking Googles everything. Like, he researches everything. If people pay attention to the stuff that he says when he's in the middle of being silly, he's saying some real stuff, and he's letting you know, nah, I researched that. I saw you do that. I went back and looked into this. Idiots don't do that. Like, he comes off sometimes, I'll say that, as like he's just trying to be the idiot for content or whatever, and I don't like it, especially after hearing this. This isn't even the first time he sounded intelligent, so I won't even say that. He slips it in there ever so often where you're like, damn, this guy really makes sense. Like, he's not stupid. He just plays like it. So I hate that he plays crazy, and Mel, what's her name? Melissa Ford plays, just the sexual girl. I don't like it. I really don't. And there's more to them, and that's why I really like this podcast. But anyway, what they were talking about, what he said Yeah, it was very true and it made so much sense. And unfortunately, that is the truth for a lot of people, including myself. And that's why it really hit home. Like this podcast really hit home because, yeah, what he said about Mel is me and probably a lot of other people. The whole detachment thing or whatever. Yeah. Once you have gone through so much with so many different people that you have trusted, because the way that I am is that like I trust you until you give me a reason not to trust you. And that is just very gullible. Maybe I'm naive, maybe because I just really feel like people don't have a reason to lie to me. So why are you lying to me? So I'm gonna take you at face value. What you tell me is what I'm gonna believe because I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I'm not a liar. I'm not even good at lying. I ain't even gonna say I'm not good at lying. I don't lie. I don't lie. Something I don't want to do, it's no. I ain't gotta make up shit. Like I don't have to say no because I have to do this or no because absolutely not. No. No is an answer. Period. That's it. And it's true and I use that. So, oh, excuse me, you guys. So with him saying that you have to detach, I just feel like after you have played so many games with so many different people, and we're gonna listen to what Mel says after this because what she said, I was like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We don't start out like that, but it is the truth for a lot of people that we've learned to just cut it off. You just cut that shit off, or you just wait for something else to happen because you know it's gonna happen, something bad. It's too good to be true. Something bad is gonna happen. You know why? Because most men are trash. I'm just playing. I'm not. I'm not. A lot of men are trash, y'all. I won't say most, and I definitely won't say all, but damn, like they just be doing some things. All right, so let's hear Mel's answer. Let's hear her answer.
You're absolutely right. I am a master at detachment, and you're right. I'm not hopeful. Not really. I'm so used to disappointment that I can't even call it disappointment. I really can't. Like I don't refer to it as that. It's just like when's the other shoe gonna drop? Like super low expectations, I guess. I just
You do.
like that's just how it is. And
That's
it's
an
just
unhealthy way of living life, for sure.
Is what?
I guess
It's an unhealthy way of living life.
Very unhealthy. I told her that.
I guess it's like my super duper coping mechanism.
I told
Will you allow yourself to be happy?
Nice. Oh shit.
Well, I've had to.
Hey, yo, you know Mel be crying, B. We ain't
Ice,
gonna.
chill,
No,
Ice.
no, 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 no,
I'm
that's
trying
That
to-
shit
okay.
hurt Ice.
I'm on Mel's side.
Okay.
Ice, that hurt me just now.
I'm on Mel's side.
I find happiness. Daisy makes me happy. You know
All
what I
right,
mean?
stop it. Okay.
No,
Yeah,
wait, hold on,
we
wait.
got it.
No, just wait. Like traveling makes me happy. Have I found happiness in a relationship? Not for a very long time. And when I have been happy, it was extremely short-lived. And when it ended, it fucking crashed and burned the last couple of
Let me
situations.
interrupt you for a
Yeah.
second.
All right, you guys. So let's just talk about her answer in terms of hope for what? Yeah, hope for what? Like, damn, I'm telling you, everything she was saying, I was like, ma'am, yes, ma'am. You would have thought she was preaching because it's just true. Like, you just be like, okay, I like this person, it's going well. At some point, it's gonna turn out wrong. And then let me just walk away. And it is a defense mechanism. And I've been single for years because of it. Like, I won't say I haven't dated, but honestly, dates, as soon as there's a red flag, I'm out because I don't need this. Like, I don't need this. And I know that if you're doing this now, it's going to get worse later and I don't have time. Not to mention, again, the peace that you have when you're single after dealing with bullshit. Like she was saying, she travels, her dog makes her happy or whatever. Like, you find peace and happiness in other things. And that's not to say that you just want to be alone forever or you don't need male companionship or anything like that. It's just saying, like, it's hard to put a whole lot of stock and trust into someone after you've been just fucked over so many times to the point where, honestly, my last ex or whatever, I won't even give the satisfaction of being like, oh my God, he hurt me and I'm so traumatized. I won't, because fuck him. However, I do know that I went years being single because of the shit he did, where I'm just like, nah, I ain't got time for none of it. I don't think about him. Nothing of that. I won't, like I said, give him the satisfaction of saying that he did anything that affected me, but flip side, it affected me because I haven't dated. I'm not dated, but I haven't had an actual guy in so long, and I've been perfectly fine with that. I've been perfectly happy with the peace that I have. And unfortunately, a lot of women have been driven to that place. So, okay, let's hear what Joe has to say. Oh, Joe didn't have to say nothing. Joe came on talking about, oh, why don't you differentiate the romantic from the business and this and that. Fuck are you talking about, Joe Budden? What are you talking about? We know she's talking about relationships, so what are you saying? And I will add that Joe, listen, love him to pieces. He shut up and moved out the way for them to have this conversation, and it worked out well because I feel like Joe is just so worried about what people are thinking in terms of when they're podcasting. He don't want anything serious. He wants to joke about every goddamn thing, which, yeah, some people probably love that. However, they were having an actual real conversation, so let's just let it happen. Okay, so let's hear what Mel has to say after that.
No, it doesn't.
From the relationship.
No, that's what I was saying. I was saying that like the last couple of relationships, meaning romantic relationships, like I was dating somebody I was madly in love around the time that my car accident happened. And the way that ended was really fucking awful. And then around the time that my mom got sick, I had started dating somebody else for about 7 or 8 months. And the way that ended was gut wrenching. So I feel like those last 2 relationships and the way that they ended really just kind of like crushed any sense of like the ability to hope that a guy would be like, I don't know. Like it's just been really difficult for me to think that.
We love you up here. Like I talk to you a lot. You know what I mean? But like Park said, I hope that you come to a place where. And I told you this over there. I said, Mel, that detached shit is not really good for you at this point in your life. It's more of a young.
Yeah, I get it.
You know what I mean? Like it's more like early stage, early adulthood, 20s.
That having fun, just
like having
it
fun.
Is what
like,
it is.
And it's not really, yeah, it is what it is. But to see Melissa Ford and listen to her, I looked at her like, damn, Mel, like,
yeah.
But I feel like she made herself like that. She don't give a fuck. I told her, Mel,
had to.
Did she make herself like that, or did her circumstances do it?
Wow, damn, she could do it.
Probably both.
All right, y'all. So when I heard that part, I was with Flip until he said she made herself like that. And then when I said, did she make herself like that? And I promise you, when he said she made herself like that, I'm like, no, she didn't. Other people did. Said it out loud. And then when I said, did she make herself like that or did other people make her like that? I'm like, God damn it, you better preach. Because, yeah, other people make you like that. You don't start out like that. You don't start out with no hope or looking for disappointment in absolutely everything and everyone. You are just so used to it happening that is what you have now come to expect. And if that's what you expect, then you don't look for anything better. So like she said, it lowers your expectations because you're just waiting on the bullshit. And unfortunately, 9 times out of 10, it's going to come. It's going to come eventually because it just does. I mean, I know that there are some love stories or whatever. I get it. But, I just feel like Ice was right on point with the fact that other people have definitely brought you to this. Like, you don't start out like that.
If you allow happiness to come off, you put that energy out there, you'd be a little bit more receptive. I don't know if you understand. You'd be a little more receptive.
Absolutely.
It's hard to expect that, though. Like, I'm taking off Mel.
Yeah.
I've dated women that would not allow themselves to be happy. That's why I asked that question.
Yeah.
Like, times were great, but because of the things they've been, like she said, I'm always waiting for the other shoe to drop. So it's like, yeah, this is cool now, but when is the bullshit about to happen? It's you get in your own head and fuck it up.
But that fucks up relationships.
Absolutely.
I know women that
100%.
no matter what you do, they're waiting for the negative.
Yes.
Any little thing, you could just walk like this. Oh, it's so crazy, and you can see the best in them. Mm-hmm. Like I see that you have the qualities of being the best woman in my life, or in whatever, and I can make a mistake. I can say something wrong. I can go a different. I can just do something, and because her defense is her offense, she automatically takes it as it was either intentional.
Yes.
a lot of times I speak about intentions and actions, right? If your intentions are good, but your actions say one thing, I'm gonna forgive you because I will know that you didn't intend to do that. You can usually tell, right? But like, if they're both on the same playing field, that's when I cut myself off. And a lot of times, people that think like that, they feel like your intentions and your actions are on the same playing field. They don't allow you to make a mistake. You're not allowed. I woke up late, so it didn't cross my mind, or I've been so busy, I didn't have time to. My time management is poor, or I don't know what to really say to you because I know that you have all these expectations, and if I say something to you, I know that you may, shut me down. That's a lot of shit. But if a person, when they defense is their offense, they don't allow you to clean it up. They like, nigga, you fucked up, and it's a big thing.
Well, no.
All right, y'all. So let's talk about that real quick because I did like the whole what he was saying in terms of the offense and defense and intentional in your actions and everything. And that's something that I just realized not too long ago. Like, if you allow yourself, what I do is I'm always looking for how I can improve, communication, how I can improve my thinking, how I can improve in relationships, because at some point when I do get into a relationship, I want it to be the best, my last, like, and I want to be able to own the shit that I do and hold myself accountable and correct myself, do a whole lot of self-correction as well. And I feel like, okay, I was dating someone not long ago, and everything that he did was a big deal to me. Like, everything wrong. And yeah, he did some things wrong because we all do. Like, nobody's perfect. I'm not even perfect. So, of course, I did some shit wrong, but I would make a huge deal out of everything he did. And he would say it, and I knew I was doing it, but to me, it actually was. And it's so funny that an actual thread, I think from Shade Room or something, that came out that said, like, it was saying, what was the text that where somebody just like really let you know about yourself, and it was true. And one of them was this, I guess it was a girl, said that she texted and she was having a fit about something that her guy did, and he texted her back and was like, yo, why do you act like every little thing I do is the end of the world? However, you still want to keep talking to me. Like, just take it for what it is, a mistake, and let it go. And that shit actually hit, where I was just like, okay, all right, that's what I do. Like, I just be like, okay, you did this wrong. Okay, I'm out. And it's not fair. It's actually rude because sometimes people are not intentionally doing things to you. Like he said, the intentions and the actions may be different. And if you know that someone is not intentionally trying to do something to you, then yeah, maybe you could give a little more grace. Little example today, texting with someone, and I said something that I felt later on was inappropriate or whatever, and the answer back to me was, no, it's fine. You're not disrespectful. Like, I don't think you're disrespectful. You've never been disrespectful. So I was just like, damn, he's really able to separate the fact that, and that was huge to me. Like, I just thought that was huge because it's like, yeah, you were able to decipher the fact that I wasn't intentionally trying to be disrespectful to you, because I would never. And a lot of people don't think that way. And so, yeah, it's something that I want to start, putting into my life and practicing, because, yeah, every time, people make mistakes and it's not the end of the world.
A lot of times, again, people are going by what they've been through.
True.
These will come off as like the examples you just listed will come off as like a red flag to them. Like, yo, I've dealt with this before with this person.
True.
And I might have let it slide, but then the bullshit happened. So now the next time I see those warning signs, I'm out. And people do that, and then it makes the expectation of the relationship damn near non-existent.
All right, so I cut off Flip because what he said, it was fine, but it wasn't huge, and I'm trying not to make this a really, really long video. We are going to get into, like, Ice just said Ish just said something that makes sense as well, so we're going to listen to him.
When you start talking about man-woman relationships, most men want to fuck. Right? So most men want to fuck. most men know what they got to do or say to achieve that. However, in conversing and conversation and real relationships and real communication, most women don't feel vulnerable enough to even let you know what's going on in their real life. Because they look at that now as a weakness.
Gotcha.
That a nigga will prey off of. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of times, you got to keep that inside.
All right, you guys. So I'm gonna wrap it up with what Mel said in terms of her ex. I guess her most recent ex was when her mom was passing, and she was saying that. And this is where I was saying that men and women don't think alike, because she was saying how she dated this guy for 7 or 8 months, and they were on the same wavelength. He was a little corny. He was nothing like what she would normally even date. However, she gave him a chance, and she ended up liking it. So she felt like they were on the same wavelength and everything was going well. However, when her mom became sick and she was actually dying, he was slowly backing out, as she said. Like, he was slowly withdrawing and wasn't really there for her. And she's like, damn, if anything, I needed you more at this time. Like, I need you. And he is definitely, backing out. And she said in the meantime, or as he was backing out, he was gaslighting her. Like, no, you're being crazy. And she's like, nah, I feel that there's, a disconnect going on, like something's going on. And yes, we as women, we have the women's intuition. Like, we know when something is going on. And you can just sense when things are not the same. The texting is different. The calling is different. The way you speak to each other is different. You can tell when there's a change, women and men. So we won't even just say that that's a woman thing. Okay, and so we just went over her perspective of the relationship and the downfall of the relationship, so to speak. The fact that he wasn't being there and being present for her. And then we have the guy speaking, and the guy's point was, okay, I was actually about to just say it, but I think I'm going to let y'all hear exactly what the guy said, because this was across the board. Every guy in there agreed with what Ish is about to say.
During that time, I know it's not a picnic, but fuck.
I mean, that's a lot of pressure
let me ask
too
you a
for a
question.
7-month relationship.
So look,
It's that
7-8 months, we still kicking it.
Yeah, true.
Hold up. 7-8 months, oftentimes, we still kicking it.
No, I'm not the type where I'm going to run out, but if
Wait.
Yeah.
So in a 7-8 month relationship,
I'm not saying I'm not saying that he was like, my husband and that it was good, but it's just like, I just feel like his exit strategy was fucking shit, and it was terrible timing.
How did he exit?
let me 7-8 months, right?
Sorry.
For most people, we in the kicking it phase. I still got other bitches. I'm just
Okay,
Hold on,
so
man.
no, wait, no. Can I just? I just want to. Can I just one caveat? One caveat is that conversation happened where we said, are we still dating other people? Both of us said no.
okay.
We're invested in seeing where this goes.
I'm 47 years old.
I'm
These
not
niggas
47
lie.
just yet.
These
doing it
niggas
now,
lie
man.
every day.
You're doing it.
What?
They lie every single day.
You're not
Let him finish, though.
you're not
Please.
allowing
I
him
want him to. I really want him
You're not
to.
allowing him to say the information without you getting. Just let him finish.
So go ahead. Okay.
Nah, I'm 7-8 months. We still kicking it. He can tell you whatever he wants to tell you. That don't mean y'all are exclusive in 7 or 8 months.
or even if you're exclusive, that you're that serious. Yeah.
So he might be dropping girls off because he's feeling like he is going to explore this avenue with you. So I'm slowly getting rid of my old chicks. Any dude that's a fly dude had some women at some point that he was fucking or he was chilling with or he was kicking it with, whatever the case may be. So 7-8 months, I'm feeling this girl, but now this really heavy load is upon her. I might not be able to deal with that emotionally, and I'm not even that cool with her to where I feel comfortable dealing with somebody's mom passing away, and I only knew her 7 months.
And it seems like it was a long-term or long-distance relationship.
And that makes it even worse.
more.
So you saying this, he lived in another country? He had bitches. Let's keep it real. He got bitches.
But fuck all that.
He got bitches.
Maybe
a bunch
so.
of them.
But on top of that, like, I live all the way over here, and you're going through some super traumatic shit. I may not be able to be helpful to you.
Exactly.
So
And I don't know how to say it, and I can't really break it to you because that would be heartless for me to do that in your time of grief.
Correct.
So
Right.
now I'm going to slowly, it might be cowardly,
So
But that
you
might be
slowly
his
start
only
to
way
ghost.
of doing that.
Right.
And I can't tell you, yeah, I'm ghosting you. So when you say, yo, I feel like you're getting distant, he can't say, yeah, I am getting distant in your time of grief. He's like, you imagining things. But yeah,
To me,
I don't have
that's-
the emotional bandwidth to go through your mom passing away, and I don't even know you like that.
Okay, so you see how different that is? And they actually made sense, you guys. But this is not the way women think. We are more emotional than men. And what they're stating is not emotional whatsoever. It's just that, listen, I am, having a good time with this girl, and now something traumatic has happened, and I got to get the fuck out because now she's not the same person. She's depressed, like she's not fun. It's totally different, and I don't have the emotional bandwidth to deal with it. Like he said, I'm not gonna ghost you or whatever. So it comes off as gaslighting to her when he says, no, 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 that's not what's happening, but it actually is what's happening. He's trying to be out. Like, it's so crazy the way we think so differently. We do. And she just, excuse me, she just kept interrupting him like women do, trying to give her reasoning. Like she was trying to get them to see her side of it when they are trying to let you know what men think and how men think. Of course, they don't know this guy, so they don't know for real. But if every guy in this room is saying this is probably what happened and what he was thinking, because obviously this is what I was thinking, we as women need to take that. Like, you have to accept that. Damn, this is probably what happened. So I just feel like, to wrap it up if I can, it was a great conversation. The dialogue was great. And that was the name of the podcast. This is a dialogue. And yeah, I just feel like the dialogue was great. After they had the whole conversation of everything, you could tell that Mel was, I don't even know if maybe she felt guilty. Maybe they gave her a different perspective, that she felt like, okay, because she was very hurt. Like, y'all could hear in the beginning when she was saying, oh, the way we broke up was very fucked up. Like, he was so fucked up or whatever. And then once you get this perspective, was that like an aha moment that maybe I was too hard? So I really wonder if after the podcast, she probably is not ever going to reach out to him or whatever. But that's some shit I would do. Like, when I figure something out later, if I feel like I was totally wrong, or did you like totally, totally wrong, I'm probably, no matter where we are, going to reach out and be like, hey, I was wrong for this situation. Even, yeah, it's just for me, which is selfish. I was about to say, even if it's not to make you feel better, which, yeah, I mean, I guess it's partly to make you feel better about the situation. But by now, I'm sure this guy has gotten over it, however she ended up treating him. No, matter of fact, she said she didn't treat him in a bad way. She just moved on. She was just like, okay, it's fine. But I wonder if it gave her just a little bit of, what's the word I want to use? Relief, knowing that this is probably his way of thinking. And yeah, he probably really did like you and care about you, but it was too much. Sometimes it's a lot, especially if maybe he had something going on in his life as well, and it was just too much altogether. Unfortunately, men just need to say that shit. Just say that shit. But he didn't do it. And, I just feel like, again, the dialogue was great. The pod was great. And as y'all can see, Joe was not involved in this part of it. And yeah, so when he did come in, when he did come in, he just said exactly the same thing that Ishinam was saying, that, listen, you're no longer the same, and I don't have to deal with that. And he didn't. He didn't. Because I would definitely... It is nasty, though, you guys. It is kind of nasty that if you are seeing somebody and he's telling you that you're it for 6 and 7 months or whatever, as soon as you have something major happen, he bails out. Fuck him. Like, she did a great job in just letting him go, and he's not for her. Like, you don't want somebody that don't have your back like that. Like, you just don't. So I feel like where she felt like it was a bad thing, it actually wasn't. Unfortunately, I mean, she's still single or whatever. Her time will come, and it'll be the right guy for sure. But men like that you don't need. So that doesn't really absolve him of any, of the wrongdoing. Like, that's not saying, oh, he just, handled it correctly, because he didn't. Obviously, he didn't. He didn't tell her anything. He just kind of ghosted her and left her hanging, which, yeah, he handled it all wrong. So he's still a shitty person on that end. I mean, So, yeah, hopefully, for Mel and all of us, we can work through these issues, and eventually, Mr. Right will come along or not. And if not, then just be happy, with the peace that you have. All right, you guys. So this is a totally different kind of video for me. I did do a video like this maybe a year or so ago with Lil Black Book, and Kojo did an interview with someone on the reality show, and I just felt like it was interesting, the interview was. And it actually did really well, my review of the interview, but it isn't something that I normally do. But it is something that, like, I really, really, really enjoyed this podcast. And it's kind of, I want to say, like, I'm not going to say that I don't enjoy the Joe Budden podcast now that Rory and Mal are gone, but it's the first time that I was really, really in tune. And again, it's the first time that I really felt a connection with Melissa Ford and felt like she was being real and actually saying some shit that women can really get with, as opposed to just being like sexual. I'll just say that. All right, you guys. So if you are still here, you are the real MVP. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Like the videos, you guys. It does wonders for my analytics. Please subscribe if you have not already. We would love to have you be part of the Beautiful People family. Not a huge deal to you, but it is a huge deal to me. Like, literally, it's just a click of a button for you. But when I see it, I'm like, oh my God, I went up like 2, 3, 4 subscribers. Like, it's a huge deal. So go ahead and make a difference. Y'all like that? Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Smooches.